Hey everyone, I'm elijmin, a Smash Ultimate Shulk main who's been playing him for a few years now. I'm basically the best Shulk in the world. I know it says I'm 5th here, but the top 2 guys are stuck in Japan, and the other 2 don't even play the game, so I'm basically the best. I'm going to give you the most brief and straight to the point Shulk guide there is. I'm not here to waste your time, so let's get right into it. I also want to preface that Shulk actually isn't that hard to play. I know he might look scary because of all the Monado words, but I promise you, he's just a simple sword character with a bunch of Monado words slapped on, which aren't even that hard to learn, and I definitely think that you can learn it, especially with the help of this guide. Shulk is a sword character that relies on walling your opponent out and pressuring from a far distance, while having his game plan complemented or changed by each Monado art. Now, before I get into his actual game plan, I think you should know what each Monado art does. Basically, in Speed Art, Shulk does less damage, jumps lower, falls faster, and moves faster. In Buster, Shulk does more damage, does less knockback, but takes more damage. In Smash, Shulk does more knockback, but he does less damage, and he also takes more knockback. In Jump, Shulk jumps higher, and his air slash goes higher, but he also takes more damage. And in Shield Art, Shulk moves slower, does less damage, and also does less knockback, but also takes less damage and takes less knockback. This graphic right here explains all the intricate details on how the Monado arts affect Shulk's stats. You don't have to memorize all this, but it's good to know. Also, this graphic right here explains how you can activate each art. Basically, you can hold in a direction for Shield, Buster, Smash, and Jump. In Speed Art, you just have to go down left. It's not too complicated. Now, in Neutral, you either want to start off every game with Speed Art or occasionally no Monado art. Once you've done this, you want to look for an opening, pressure with spaced aerials, or get a whiff punish. This involves a lot of spaced nairs, fairs, down tilts, and grabs. If you notice your opponent overextending with aerials, shielding and doing air slash out of shield, which is a frame 10 option, is a safe option for a punish. Keep in mind that at lower percents, especially in shield and in Buster, air slash may be punishable on hit. Also, keep in mind that air slash isn't consistent in jump art, so you really shouldn't be using it in jump art to try to land a hit. Your goal should always be to keep people at the tip of Shulk's sword range. Understanding range is the key to success with Shulk, and knowing what matchups to create space in and close the space in is super important. When you land a hit with Shulk, you have a few combo options. Of course, you can do Nair into Fair, and at lower percents I like going for Nair into Grab, especially in Shield Art, because this leads into Shulk's tech chases, in which you can get another Nair into Grab if you read what tech option they're going to choose. You can also do Nair chains by chaining a bunch of Nairs together. Once you've walled your opponent out to the corner, it's usually best to activate Buster to rack up some damage and get some combos going. In Buster, you usually want to be looking for any hit, but your best hit to start combos are going to be Nair and Grab. After Nair, you can lead that into a Grab, or you could do F tilt if you get the right hit. F smash sometimes work. Dash attack is also really good. And after you get a Grab in Buster, you usually almost want to always do down throw. And after down throw, you can do down throw F tilt, down throw air slash, down throw dash attack, and down throw F smash if the character you're fighting is a big body. And if your opponent is in the corner and they're above 70%, I would recommend activating Smash Art, of course depending on their weight, to try to seal out the stock. You usually want to be using Fair, Bear, F tilt, and air slash to try to kill the Smash Art, especially when they're at the ledge. If you have a really hard read, you can start killing people at 40% if you use F smash, but that's going to be a bit tougher to land, of course. If the character you're fighting has a linear recovery, or you just understand how they're going to recover, Shulk's edge guarding is some of the best in the game. Running off with Fair can honestly rob a lot of stocks off of people, or just using Fair through the stage, because for some reason it also clips through the stage. Same case with down air. Shulk's ledge trapping is also really scary because of course he's going to be walling you out with Fair, and Fair can actually hit ledge hang as well as air slash, but it's a bit more inconsistent. In disadvantage, your best friends are going to be Shield Art and Jump Art. Of course, if you're getting hit by a multi-hit, you may or may not know that Shulk can actually activate Shield Art mid-combo, saving you from taking extra damage or potentially dying. And depending on the combo, activating Smash Art may also be helpful to break out of the combo. And of course, like the name says, Jump Art can help you jump higher when you're off stage and help you recover farther. And Jump Art is also really good to get out of the corner due to its extended jump height. A lot of characters can't catch you that high up when you're jumping super high, and you can usually just land right back to center stage. Also, jump art, speed art, and shield art are really good to time out meter based mechanics such as Arsene or Limit. What a lot of good players will end up doing against Shulk is holding shield a lot or stuffing him out in the air, because of course we're going to be using our aerials a lot. We have some of the best aerials in the game, right? So the way to get around this is you're going to be wanting to start using down tilts and a lot of grounded options and grounded movements. You can also do tomahawk grabs to make it look like you're going for an aerial and mix them up and get the grab. That way you condition them to want to start jumping again so you can land those aerials that you were doing in the first place. Shulk is the type of character that involves a lot of conditioning and understanding what the opponent thinks you're going to do so that you can land a hit. Shulk has a very polarizing game plan that can be tough for a lot of the cast to deal with. His spacing is really strong and his ledge trapping and edge guarding is some of the best in the game. Being able to adapt to any situation with Monado Arts is one of Shulk's strong suits and can keep your opponent on edge. In terms of weaknesses, Shulk of course has slow frame data, so it makes him struggle in close quarters combat. Shulk also struggles against zoners or characters with the ability to stall out Monado Arts. His game plan also becomes really obvious when he enters a Monado Art because it's pretty obvious what he wants in each art. If you aren't sure what Shulk is looking for in each art, basically in speed he wants to overwhelm the opponent with speed, whiff punish, and use a lot of unreactable options. Jump art is of course to recover and use the jump height for better movement and combos. Buster, you're looking for combos and possible kill strings as well. And smash art, you want to kill them. And shield art, you want to not get hit and minimize the amount of damage you're taking. Now I'm going to leave you guys with a bit of Shulk homework that you can do if you want to learn the character. I recommend going into training mode and practicing moving around in speed art, jump art, and shield art. Get good at spacing your moves. This includes short hop and full hop aerials with fastfalls and drift. Try to aim for the tip of your sword for all your moves. Learn all of your combos, and that includes nairs, dash attacks, everything. Just understand how the moves link into each other. I would say spend matches, days, and even weeks hyper focusing on how to use each Monado Art and move. And last but not least, I cannot preface this enough, watch a lot of VODs, watch a lot of top Shulk players. Just go on YouTube and search up Shulk Smash Ultimate and you should find a lot of good VODs. I'm going to leave you guys with some resources down below. ShulkXenoblade.com is a really helpful website in understanding Shulk's game plans and matchups. The Dober Corgi website can also be super useful. And I'll also link my Shulk matchup chart down below. And I know this is just scratching the surface of what Shulk has to offer. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And I might make a part 2 to go more into the nitty gritty of this character. But this guide should leave you with all the basics that you need to learn Shulk. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching and please subscribe.